We're gonna do some more beginner, baby.
Okay.
So, we'll do a little more beginner. What do I have to say about that?
Okay, great.
How are you?
I'm good.
Bianca taught her first shift last weekend at Pilates studio.
I did.
How'd it go?
It was great.
Yay.
I taught 2 classes, jump board and beginner reformer.
Where do you teach? Tell the people at home. Give a shout out.
Teach at Pilates Works in Long Island City. It's a great little studio. It's very chill. They have great instructors, great classes. I teach Sunday mornings.
Yay!
Hooray!
That's awesome. You did it.
I did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how I got to your apartment.
You drove, presumably.
I did actually drive.
Well, we're very proud of Bianca. Way to go.
Oh, thank you.
Yay. All right, we're going to get started. I have some news. I'm back on the grid at Core Pilates NYC starting next week.
What?
What?
What are you teaching?
Oh, dear God. I don't even know. No, Monday. I'll be there Monday night, Thursday night, Sundays.
Monday, Thursday, Sunday.
I'm going to be your go-to gal if you're pregnant. I have a pre-post reformer class on Mondays at 6, a pre-post workout class Thursdays at 5.
What does that mean, pre-post workout?
It's like multi-apparatus.
Wow.
So we could use the chair, we could use the tower.
Oh,
I think the
fun. Is that
reformers
new?
are taken.
That's
It's
fun.
been around for like a year.
Okay, well, I'm not pregnant, so I pay attention.
Yeah. So multi-apparatus class on Thursdays at 5. Pre-post reformer on Sundays at 10.
Right.
If you're not pregnant, I have tower at 5 on Mondays.
Okay.
I have a trio at 7 on Mondays that's standing clients, but you can almost always get off the wait list for that class. So do it. Mondays, Thursdays, I have a 7 o'clock jump board class.
Right, okay, so I can potentially take Monday tower and Thursday jump boards
There you
with
go.
you.
There you go. And then Sunday, that's the only class I'm teaching. The rest are private. So,
Okay.
but I think I might have some private availability on Sunday. TBD. 11 and 12. TBD. Yeah.
Great.
I know.
That's exciting.
I know. It's exciting. So that starts next week. Yay. So if you like it here
Next
and you're
week,
in
like right away next week?
like Monday, the 22nd.
Like
yeah.
Monday?
Monday. So if you like what you see in here, but you want to come see it in a studio and you're local to New York, come on.
Come on down.
Go on down. All right, let's get started. Let's do some beginner Pilates. How's your body feeling?
Not great.
No? What's going on? Tell me about it.
It's very stiff. I'm
Okay.
very sore, and my hips and my knees are really angry at me.
Oh, no. Did you go to the doctor for your knee?
No, I had
Oh.
to cancel my appointment
right.
because I had an audition.
Oh, right.
That was so worth it. Not at all. I rescheduled for next
Okay. Oh, good. Next week. Okay. We're going to find out more about these knees soon.
week. Yeah.
Go ahead and lay down flat.
And my hip flexor is super duper tight.
Oh, really? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Let's do some stretching first then.
Cool.
Okay, so don't lay down. Come up to sit and come onto all fours. And let's start with a pigeon stretch if your hips are feeling super tight. You can do this at home too. One leg across the front. Good. Other leg long behind you. Hands on the floor in front of you. And you can come down to whatever degree of stretch feels good for you. And you know me, I love to cue the breath into the pelvic floor. So just here, regardless of where you are in the world in terms of your orientation, standing, sitting, lying down, face up, face down, always breathing into the pelvic floor. Good. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. And then you'll come up on your hands. Walk out of this carefully. Yeah, and then switch sides. And so maybe your pigeon stretch is not quite this deep as Bianca's is, that's okay. You can just be at whatever level you are. So like if this position here at the top is all you can do and that gives you a pretty intense stretch in the front, in the glute and the IT band, that's okay, just stay there. Otherwise you can come further. Keep breathing. Activating the pelvic floor and the breath filling up with air. Good. Nice. 2 more nice big deep inhales here. And exhale. 1 more. Good. And then carefully come up to sit. And then let's lay down on your back, and we'll do just a butterfly stretch laying down. So you lay down on your back, bring the bottom of your feet together, knees open wide to the side, and they just kind of hang. And I just want you to think, again, go like to like our melting idea. So like your hips are melting, allowing your knees to drop more to the ground. Yeah, and Bianca just started to activate her diaphragmatic breath, which was awesome. So you can all do that at home too. So breathing into the belly. And when you breathe into the belly, that means you let the belly relax. Doesn't mean you push the belly out. That's different, and that actually can have the reverse effect of what we're looking for. So you want to have that feeling of when you go eat pasta and you come home and you ate too much pasta and you take your jeans off and it just falls. Everything goes away. Everything lets go. That's the feeling you're looking for.
Sounds like a Tuesday night.
Yeah, I have to say, which I have often. That's why we do Pilates. Good. 2 more breaths here. 1 more. Good. Now memorize this feeling. You should feel kind of like just relaxed through the hips. And bring your feet flat on the mat, and then we'll go right into our warm-ups. So arms long by your side, and then keep your diaphragmatic breath going and add your pelvic tilt. I'm not gonna cue your breath specifically today, so you're gonna do a pelvic tilt, which means you bring your pubic bone towards your nose and imprint your low spine on the mat, and then you reverse that. You put your butt back in the mat like Beyonce. You make space behind your low back. You never heard me get that cue?
No.
Yeah. Stick your butt behind you like Beyonce. That's it. And you find some space under your low back. And you're gonna do it on whichever version of the breath you want. I don't care which way you inhale or exhale. I just want you to do it for however it feels naturally to you. And then at some point, I want you to reverse the breath with the movement and just observe how it feels. Cool. It might feel different, it might feel awkward, it might feel funny, it might feel counterintuitive, but that's okay. We just kind of like want to wake up the body with different feelings and ideas of how to do things, because nothing's necessarily ever always right or wrong. Good. 2 more. That's it. 1 more. Beautiful. Bring your hands up over your shoulders. Bring your feet towards your butt a little bit more, Bianca. So your feet should be kind of close to your butt, not too far out. And then actually you can separate your feet a little bit more too. Your feet should be right in front of your hip bone, so they're inner hip distance apart. They're not super wide, they're not super close. Take a nice big deep inhale for me, and on your exhale, you're gonna add your zipper image from your pubic bone to your rib cage. Good. And do 2 more like that. Inhale, let the belly go. Exhale, zip up from the pubic bone to the rib cage. 1 more. Inhale, let the belly go. Exhale, zip up from the pubic bone to the rib cage. Now stay here and don't let your abdominals disengage. So keep them nice and closed or gathered, and then start to breathe into your ribs behind you. So you should, on your inhale, feel expansion in your back on the mat. Yeah. 2 more like that. Keeping the ribs knit together despite the fact that your back ribs are moving, opening up the back of your body here. 1 more. On your next inhale, float your arms back by your ears. Keep your rib cage knit together. Exhale, push through the air to bring them back to the hips, all the way. Inhale all the way back, keep the rib cage together. Exhale as you push, see if you can get a deeper engagement in the core. So every time you exhale, that zipper or that knitting or that hugging in goes deeper. Good. 2 more. Beautiful. 1 more. Good. And then keep the arms up to the ceiling. Float one arm up to one leg up to tabletop. The other leg up to tabletop. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Go into your marching. 1 and 2. You're alternating sides as you march, keeping the bend in your knee the whole time, keeping a neutral pelvis. So you have space behind your low back here. And then I want you to add some arms with it. So you're gonna float the arms back for 2 full repetitions and float the arms forward all the way to the hips for 2 full repetitions. That's it. So as you tap and tap your arms back, and then you tap and tap your arms front, your abs are engaged the whole time. Tap and tap the arms back. Tap and tap the arms front 2 more times. Tap and tap the arms back. Tap and tap the arms front. 1 more. Tap and tap the arms back. A lot of like rub your belly, pat your head here. Tap and tap the arms front. Bend your knees. Grab onto the legs. Give them a squeeze. Make it feel good. Rock your hips side to side so you get a massage on the low back. We're going to go right into our 100 next. So hug your knees into your chest. Send your arms on by your side and curl up to your Pilates curl just to the tips of your shoulder blades. Send your legs to a high 45. We'll do them all out long today. Start pumping your arms up and down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going for 9 more breaths. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Big, strong pumps with the arms. It's like your arms are 2x4s coming out of your shoulders, and they're a big, one long piece of wood pumping, 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 pumping. If your legs are here, that's awesome. If this is too much for you, you may bend your knees, stay at tabletop. Bianca, for the last 5 breaths, lower your head down. Your feet down 3 inches. Why can't I talk today? I'm just calling body parts the wrong things. Good. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop pumping. Bend your knees. Lower your head. Take a breath. Give your legs a squeeze. Give your hips a rock. Give your neck a rock. If you felt like it got crunchy in the neck, you can rock that side to side. Good. And then scoot back on your mat a little bit to send your legs long. We set up for our roll up. Roll up comes next. Arms straight up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Squeeze your legs together. We're going to do 5 roll ups. Let's do 3 slow. Roll up. Slowly peeling off the mat. Your top of your head leads you, and then you peel off. And then you exhale and you roll down slowly. With control, squeezing the legs, pressing the heels down into the mat. And then you have 2 more just like that. Peel up slowly. Good. And then roll down slowly. Beautiful. Don't forget, when you come up to the top, you're making a capital C shape. So your ribs are hugged and lifted. They're not collapsing to your knees or your thighs. Roll up.
What count are we doing?
1 more time, slowly.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Slowly 1
I
time.
thought we were cheating.
We're going to change after this one. Roll all the way down. And then we're going to do 2 1-count roll-ups. So inhale to roll up quickly. Exhale to roll down quickly. Inhale to roll up quickly. Exhale to roll down quickly. Now, choose which one you liked better and give me 2 more of those. If you liked slow, do 2 slow. If you liked fast, do 2 more fast. Good. And then down. And then up. And then down. Nice. Take your hands, place them flat on the mat. Bend your knee into your chest.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Thursday and it's been the longest week.
The longest week.
It has been so long. On Tuesday, I swore it was Thursday. So now I'm just like, oh my God, my mind is blown. You know what I'm gonna do? As you set up for single leg circle, I'm gonna, oh, I can't do it. I need to, next time I do, you have to remember I have to put my phone on airplane mode because the reason we were having technical difficulties last week, someone called me. Hopefully no one will call me. Don't call me, I'm busy. I'm busy. All right, we keep going. Both legs are long, right leg bends in, then goes up to the ceiling. You turn the whole leg out slightly from the hip. And then you go across the body towards the left side, make a straight line up in the air. Across, make a half circle, exhale to lift. You're drawing a backwards capital D in the air if you're working with your right leg. Good, and then do 2 more, Bianca. And if it's in your practice to go a little more, you bring the circle out to the side, outside of the Pilates box, keeping your hips still. Do 1 more like that.
Cramp in my butt.
Cramp in your foot. And then reverse this. So go straight down, across, and up. Do a couple like this. Make sure you have that hip stability intact. If your foot cramps up, relax it. You don't have to point, IQ pointing, but you don't have to, especially if you get crampy feet, just relax if at any time I say point and you can't. And then come up, make a wider circle. So make your circle bigger, come outside of the Pilates box if it's in your practice, and your hips stay still. One more. Bend your knee in, give it a squeeze, lower the leg down, and then we'll switch legs. So left knee in, then straight to the ceiling. You can have a small bend in your knee if that feels good. Your leg turns out slightly from the hip. You start your capital D shape in the air. So across, down, around, straight up. A couple more times here, finding that hip stability. Going super deep into those abs to calm the hips down. Good, and then 3, making your full big circle. 3. If that's not in your practice, you just stay where you are. 2, 1, and then we reverse straight down, across to the right side, and up. Good, a couple more just like that, really establishing. And your right foot can be pressing down and hugging in as if the left leg was right beside it, so it's active. And then make 3 bigger. 3, and 2, really nice, Bianca. And 1, bend your knee. Take a stretch in if you want, yeah. Good, and then lower the foot down. Arms straight up to the ceiling, roll up to sit. Do a slow one, a slow roll up for a transition here. Good, and then stop there. Scoot your booty, come up to sit tall. Scoot your booty forward, and we're gonna set up for rolling like a ball. So rolling like a ball is super fun. You're gonna sit with your legs in front of you, close to your butt, heels close to your butt. Arms wrap around the legs and hold on to the shins. All 10 fingers face each other. Before we move, first tilt your pelvis, come right behind your sits bones. Then round your spine out, look at your belly button. Try to imagine you have a beach ball between your belly and your knees. And then lift your feet up off the mat to hover. If this is enough for you, you stay here. Otherwise, you tilt your pelvis back so much that you come onto your spine, roll back to the tips of your shoulder blades, exhale, come back up, stop at the top. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, rock back, exhale, come forward. Good. So the tilting of the pelvis action is what causes you to fall over. The engagement of the abdominals is what allows you to lift back up and stop. Your abs are your gas, your abs are your brake. So even that tilting of the pelvis, surprise, is your abdominals engaging. That's it. Just 2 more. Beautiful, Bianca. Final one. Come up and hold. And just stay here for 2 more breaths. Beautiful, 1 more. And exhale, place your feet down. Good. And then go ahead and keep your feet where they are. Send your arms long in front of you. Separate your feet so they're inner hip distance apart, and then roll down with the feet flat on the mat. Press your feet into the ground as you go. Good. And then bend your knees into your chest. We set up for our ab series. So knees come into the chest. You curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Place both hands on your right knee. Drop your right hand down to your right ankle. Left hand stays on the right knee. Left leg goes long, and you switch hands and legs at the same time. And the hands are there to guide your knee in towards your Pilates box. So the knee comes straight towards the shoulder, straight towards the shoulder. It does not come outside of the shoulder. That's why your hands are there. They're guiding it. Good. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. And switch for 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. One more time. 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. Bend both knees in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Good. Because we're teaching everyone at home how to build up their Pilates practice, we'll start double leg stretch with arms only. Then we'll do legs only. We'll break it down. Double leg stretch has 2 components. We're gonna break it down, do it piece by piece. So knees start into the chest, but we're not gonna take a break. So we'll do 3 arms, 3 legs. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Then you're gonna send your arms back behind your ears like our exercise breathing arms. Exhale, make a circle, grab your knees. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders still as you send your arms back behind you like breathing arms. Exhale, make a circle with your arms, grab your knees. One more time, arms go back, arms circle forward, head, neck, and shoulders stays totally still. Arms can float by the side for me here, or come behind your head if it feels crunchy. Send your legs to a high 45, bend your knees back in. Try to keep your feet parallel for me here. Parallel feet out, parallel feet in. One more time, parallel legs long, parallel legs in. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders down, take a break. Good. When we come up again in this, we're gonna do 6 full double leg stretch. So we're gonna put the arms and legs together. Everything will go away from each other. Everything will come back into each other. So we're going from proximal, everything close to the core, to distal, which is challenging, everything away from the core, to proximal, everything back close to the core. Pretty cool, huh? Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Everyone at home is like, that sounds just like that moon reading that you didn't understand. What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know those words. I don't know those words.
Fine. You don't have to. Just do the movement. Send your arms long behind you. Send your legs to 45. Hug your knees in. Grab your knees. Inhale, the arms and legs go long. Exhale, circle the arms. Grab the legs as they come in. You have 4 more. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. 3. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. 2. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. 1 more. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders down. Take a breath. All right, we're gonna do baby scissors today. So knees straight into your chest, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Both legs go up to the ceiling. Both hands come behind the right thigh, calf, or ankle, as whatever you're able to reach. This leg is not gonna move, so it stays going up to the ceiling. Drop your tailbone into the mat more, Bianca. Good. And then pull your right leg towards your face twice and switch. And it's tiny, 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 and switch. Yeah. So this other foot is really trying to find itself right over the hip bone. That's it. Like if you're going for a true tabletop, that's where I want the thigh bone to land. Good. And you're focusing on that stretch, stretch towards your face. Stretch, 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 stretch. One more time. Stretch, 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 stretch. Bend your knees, lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Good. So with that smaller range of motion, I think it helps us focus on stability of the hips a little bit more. Cool. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Put your hands behind your low back if you have low back issues, or behind your head. Otherwise, your head curls up. Both legs go up to the ceiling. You make a Pilates stance with your feet. You can relax your feet here so you don't get cramping. They don't have to be super, super pointed, but don't flex them. They're just relaxed. Lower the legs halfway down on an inhale. Exhale to drag the legs back up to the ceiling. One more time, slow, even, and controlled. And then we're going to play with tempo. So go down quickly on 1 count. Lift up slowly. 3, 2, 1. Down fast on 1 count. Lift for 3, 2, 1. Quickly down, slowly up, and then we reverse. Slowly down. 3, 2, 1. Fast up. Use your abs. 3, 2, 1. Quickly up. Your abs engage. 1 more time. 3, 2, 1. Fast up. Bend your knees. Lower your head, neck, and shoulders. That was so good. You look great. I think you're getting stronger.
I don't.
You are.
But that's not your fault.
No, you are. I see it. I see it.
Thanks.
Yeah, really. No, that was great. It was so precise. It was amazing. Good. Okay, hands behind your head. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Send one leg long and twist your torso towards the opposite knee. Good. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Let's do 5 fast. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Now go slowly for 5, 4. Curl up more on the way through the center. Last one, come to center, lower everything down. Beautiful. Take your hands behind your thighs, rock up to a seated position. We set up our spine, stretch forward, scoot your booty back so your legs are long on the mat and they're open to the edges of the mat. Your feet are flexed, your hands go long in front of your shoulders. Good. And then you imagine you're sitting up a wall. The spine and the head are on a wall behind you. Imagine you have a tabletop where your hands are, you're pressing down into it with the whole bottom side of the arms. And then grow up the wall before you dive your head, neck, and shoulders forward to reach off the wall to the middle of your back. The middle of the back, the lower back, stay on the wall. And then rebuild the spine up the wall. Good. Press the palms down, press the arms down, lift the spine to reach forward. You make a candy cane shape to go up and over. And then you exhale, rebuild the spine up. We have one more like that. Press down, lift the spine, and reach up and over. And then rebuild the spine up, bone by bone. Open your arms a couple of inches. They're still in your periphery. Think the same thing, this lift and dive for your saw today. We're gonna go slowly, twist your torso, slowly to one side, I don't care which. Dive forward, saw off your pinky toe with your pinky finger, flip the palm up to the ceiling internally. Gaze at the hand. Good. Rebuild the spine. It takes time, it takes articulation, and then you twist slowly, growing taller through the center to the other side. And then you dive forward, pinky finger to pinky toe, back palm flips, you gaze at it. You rebuild slowly so you get super tall, your shoulders stay away from your ears, you twist taller to the other side. Good. And you keep going back and forth. Dive, sit tall, and twist, and dive. Sit tall, sit taller as you twist. One more time, slowly in each direction. Last one. Come back to center. Good. Reset. Drop your shoulders, drop your hands, whatever. Take a second, shake it off. We're gonna go right back into it. You're gonna do 3 quickly in each direction. So 6 total repetitions, arms separate. Use all that precision you just found doing it slowly, but speed it up to your own fastest tempo as you keep everything intact. So not compromising integrity of the form. That's it. Beautiful. One more time on each side. Yep, that's it. And dive and come back to center. Good, zip your legs together. Okay, so I was on Instagram this week.
Oh, yeah.
What? And Real Pilates, who's a studio in the neighborhood that I like. They have a couple locations, but they posted a really great post that I'll share with you all now. That was it was like, oh, so like yoga, Pilates is like yoga, right? And it kind of like broke down, set like well, Pilates is this, it is that, it is this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not that. It was really, really interesting. And the thing that it was cool. You should go back and look for it, Real Pilates. And the thing that it set up, it went through a couple of different modalities. So it was like yoga, and then it was like strength training. And I think for the strength training one, it was like Pilates prioritizes form over, like quality over quantity. So that's what I was trying to get to there, right? So we slow it. So the idea is if we do everything 100% precisely, or at least if that's our goal and we're thinking about it and trying to, then we don't have to do, and this was Joe's true belief, you don't have to do as many precision, which is a principle of Pilates, one of the 6. You don't have to do as many repetitions because your quality of your work is going to negate doing like 100 saws. No one needs to do 100 saws.
100 bad ones.
100 bad saws,
Yeah.
right, yeah. 6 good saws are gonna be better than 100 bad saws every single day. Same thing with squats, which are part of Pilates, by the way.
And
Same
push-ups.
thing with push-ups and literally everything. Roll-ups. You could do 5 roll-ups, and if you're doing them right, you're gonna get more effectiveness and body changes than doing 100 bad sit-ups.
And cookies.
And cookies?
I'd rather have 6 really good cookies than 100 mediocre ones.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I get that. Yeah. So anyway, so that was the point in that slowing down and then focusing on the precision to speed it up, but do just a couple. It's cool. Great. All right, just wanted to mention that. All right, so now turn over to your belly. We set up for swan. You lie on your belly. Put your feet feet on the mat long behind you. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Literally today, every body part is just a different body part. And then put your forehead flat on the mat. Good. Hands are under your shoulders. Yeah, we're not going to start on the head today. That's okay. Internally rotate the toes. Relax your booty. Engage your abdominals to press your pubic bone and your hip bones into the mat. Good. And then a light pressing into the mat, not pushing, but slightly pressing. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up using your back muscles. Your spine is super long. You're sending energy out the crown of your head. Your gaze is at the mat so that your neck stays in line with your spine. And then you lengthen to lower back down. Good. 3 more like that. Again, focusing on quality here. So your abs are engaged the whole time. Your neck is long and lengthened. Your back is working. Just 2 more here. That's all you need. Press and lift. It's a gentle press. It's not a heavy press. Good. All of the work is happening in your abs and your back instead. I don't know how many more you have. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I lost count. I think 1 more. Beautiful. Okay, stay here, Bianca. Relax your feet. Relax your glutes. Even more. Good. Yeah. And then lower all the way down. Lift your palms up off the mat. Let them hover just 2 inches, but keep the shape. And then float the head, neck, and chest up. Come into your swan and hold for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lengthen and lower. You have 1 more just like that. Palms lift, belly engages, back lifts the chest up. You hold for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower all the way down. Good. Prop yourself up on your forearms. Make 2 fists. Like you're wearing rings, you're going to bring the knuckles together like the rings are touching. Squeeze your legs together. Your chest is tall and proud. You're pressing your elbows into the mat and your pecs are open and lifted. Good. And then you're going to kick your heel to your butt twice on one side and switch. Kick, kick, switch, kick, kick, switch, kick, kick, switch, kick, switch, good. And you're gonna go as fast as you can again with maintaining all this quality. So the quality meaning your abs are engaged, your elbows are pressing into the mat, you're not sinking into the shoulders, your hamstrings are firing, and you're not rocking as much as possible. So really minimizing any rock. That's it. You have 2 more on each side. 1 more on each side. Good, now stop there. And then hover your straight right leg up off the mat. Kick your butt twice with that knee up off the mat. Lengthen the leg, lower it down. Hover your straight left leg off the mat. Kick your butt twice. Lengthen that leg, lower it down. 2 more times on each side. Right leg hovers and kicks. If this is too much for you, you stay with the other kick you were doing. Otherwise, give it a try. You could also just try hovering that one leg and leaving it there. You don't have to do the kick. 1 more time on each side, Bianca. And kick. Is that okay for your knees? And kick. Lengthen lower. I'm like, I didn't even think about it. Come back into a child's pose.
It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, I would think in some regards could be good for your knees. But I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
It's more so, when we're talking about injuries, it's more so how you feel, everybody at home. I obviously can't tell what you're feeling. Only you can tell what you're feeling. So anything that feels like work or a stretch or effort in a good way, which hopefully you know the difference between that and pain or any kind of like overuse or, you know. So anything that feels like work is okay. Anything that feels like pain is not. You stop, you eliminate that movement, you talk to your doctor. Come up to sit. Good. And then we go into side kicks.
No double leg.
No.
Okay, great.
Let's go into side kicks.
Fine by me.
Yeah. Lie on your side. Line yourself up along the back edge of the mat. Bottom hand is under the head, top hand is in front of your belly, and then you're gonna bring both feet forward towards the front edge of the mat. I call it a kickstand shape. Flex both feet for me here. And we're gonna start by lifting the top leg up off the bottom leg to hip height, and you're gonna start your front and back. So you bring it forward, kick, kick once, point, sweep, back. Sorry, kick, kick twice, point, sweep, back once. That's what I meant. Flex, kick, kick twice, point, sweep, back once. Good, keep going. Hugging the abdominals away from the hand on the floor, keeping the hips stacked, lengthening your hip away from the top shoulder, sending energy out both heels the whole time. Good. And not letting those hips or shoulders rock forward and back. They stay stacked. 1 more. Bring the leg on top of the other, lower it down, flex the heel on top, lift the leg up to hip height, press up through honey, point the toe, squeeze down through honey, squeeze the inner thighs. Flex to lift, you're pressing something heavy up, point, squeeze the inner thighs together as it lowers down. Good. 2 more like this with a flex up and a point down. Really think of lengthening energy out the heel. Good, and then we reverse. You're gonna lift with a pointed toe, flex at the top and lower down. Lift with a pointed toe, flex at the top and lower down. 2 more, lift, point, lower flex. 1 more, good. And down, good. Lift the leg up to hip height. Give me 5 circles with a flexed heel in one direction, carving out the back of the circle the most for the booty to work and kick on. Everything in the hip is stable. The abs are still engaged. After you do 5 in this direction, you point and reverse. Good. 2, 1. Beautiful. Lower the leg down. Bend the top knee. Place the top foot flat on the mat in front of you. The hand comes back onto the mat. The bottom leg lengthens long and then lifts up, and you give me 8 pulses up to the ceiling with that leg. 8 and 7, 6 and 5. The inner thigh is trying to touch the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot flexed and give me 5 circles in one direction with this flexed heel. 5 and 4, 3 and 2. After you do 5, you point reverse. Just remember, Jane Fonda did side kicks. So if they're good enough for her, they're good enough for me. And then lower your leg down. Good. And then restack your top leg onto the bottom leg. That's what I always think about. Bring both feet a little bit more forward. There. Okay. Then we're gonna do some beats. So point your toes and Pilates stand your feet. Lift the bottom leg up to bring the top leg up with it. And then beat your inner thighs for 8 and 7, 6 and 5. If you can't beat here, just try to keep those legs up. 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs down. Lift the top leg up to hip height. Lift the bottom leg up to meet it. Lower the bottom leg down. Bottom leg meets the top, bottom leg goes down. 3 more times, bottom lifts, bottom lowers. Bottom lifts, bottom lowers. Try not to crunch in your upper body. Keep that top hip away from the top shoulder. Then lower the top leg down with the bottom leg. Lift both legs up and give me one more 8 count beat. 8, 7, 6, 5, that's it. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower both legs down. Take a breath. Beautiful. We go for our bicycle. Top leg lifts up to hip height. Bend your knee to your chest. Kick your leg long in front of you. Sweep your straight leg back behind you. Bend your heel to your butt, knee to chest. And that's how you ride a bicycle. Apparently. And keep your top hip away from your shoulder. It gets really crunchy here sometimes. That's our tendency, is to let this hip go with us. Don't let that hip go. Let the leg go. And then reverse directions. That's it. So you point the toe as it goes back. You can flex the foot as it comes forward. So articulating through that foot to get work on both sides of the leg and get the ankle moving, grooving. Good. And then come to the center, lower the leg down, take a breath. Good. We have one more exercise here. Straight top leg lifts up to hip height. And you're going to externally rotate the whole leg. The knee and the toe turn to face the ceiling. Internally rotate the whole leg. Let's bring the whole knee and toe down towards the ground as far as you can without letting that hip sink in. And then you rotate up and rotate down. Good. And again, this should feel good. It should feel like a massage. I mean, it should be challenging, but it should feel like a massage of the femur in the hip joint. We're not like overstretching anything. One more time. Good. Lower the top leg down. Lie on your back. Let's take a figure 4 stretch. Right leg comes over left, and then you're gonna, is that right? No, left leg over right. Depending on what you were working on at home, Bianca's using her left. And then you're gonna take the right leg off the mat, hug it in towards your chest. And breathe. And if you want to rock away from the crossed leg, you may, to go deeper into that. Booty. Good, and then come back to center. Okay, uncross the legs. Let's do something else though. Put the feet down. Bring your hands to like a cactus shape on the ground. Yeah, and then both legs will go straight. Bend the left leg. Put the foot flat on that, and then take the left knee and hip all the way across the body, but try to keep the shoulder and rib cage down as best as you can.
I can lift my hip.
You can lift your hip, but try to keep your shoulder down for sure, and as much as the ribs that you can down. You should just feel like a nice stretch in the spine here. And the cactus arms are there to keep the chest nice and open, to help you stabilize those shoulders so you're not completely rolling over, but it should just feel good. And breathe. Good. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Good, and then you rock back to center. We'll do our side case on the other leg, and then we'll do both of these stretches afterwards on the other side. So come on to the other side of the side that you were working on previously. Line up the same way. Hips stacked one on top of the other, shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Hand underneath the head, legs long. You have a length between your shoulder and your hip here, and then both feet come forward towards the front edge of the mat. Good. A little bit more forward with the feet. There you go. And then flex the top foot. You're sending energy out both heels like they're going to stretch super, super long. You are go-go gadget legging right now. And then you're ever seen go-go gadget? And then you're going to start your forwards and back. So you're going to flex.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. Oh yeah, go-go gadget. But that's the thing, go-go gadget legs. And you're going to flex, kick, kick, and point, sweep back. So you kick forward twice, and you sweep back once. And you're focusing on stability of that hip and stretching of the leg. Good. Yeah, Inspector Gadget, go-go gadget legs. You have 2 more. And 1 more. Good. And then bring that leg on top of the other, lower it down, flex both feet, lift the top flexed foot up through sand, quicksand, point, and lower it down through quicksand. So it's hard to lift and it's hard to lower. And every time you lower, you're squeezing those inner thighs together, finding a good hug of the midline connection. Good. 2 more, flexing up, pointing down. 1 more, flexing up, pointing down, and then we reverse. You're going to point up, flex down. Point and send energy out your toes, flex and send energy out your heels. Last 2. Final 1. And flex. Good. Lift the top leg up to hip height. Yeah, circle first. And give me 5 circles in each direction. 5 with a flex foot for 3, 2, good. 1, point the toe, reverse the circle. The whole time keeping those hips nice and stable. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lower the leg down. Now bend the top knee, place the top foot or knee on the mat. So if this position that Bianca's doing doesn't feel comfortable to you, you can just put your knee down and the whole leg goes down. Otherwise, foot flat on the mat, flex the bottom foot, lift the inner thigh up and try to get that inner thigh to the ceiling 8 times. 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, leave it up. Start your circle with your flex heel. 5 in each direction, flex for 5. And then point, reverse for 5. Good. 2 and 1, lower your leg down. If you have knee issues, these are actually some of the best exercises you can do because it's gonna build up stability in the glutes, which is gonna help keep everything below that more stable. Additionally, actually all of this flexing and pointing and circling and moving and grooving in the like quads and calf is also gonna build up all of that musculature around the knee. So this is a great, great thing to be doing for any kind of knee issues, regardless of what population you are. Okay, so now, what did we just do? We just did inner leg? Yeah, we have to do beats.
Yeah, we did circles.
Perfect, perfect. Put your hand on the front of the mat in front of you. Point your toes, Pilates stance your feet. We did a little combo work here. So first, lift both legs up, leading with the bottom leg, and give me those 8 inner thigh beats. 8, 7, if you're not beating here, you're just holding your legs up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs down. Lift the top leg to hip height. You have 5 lifts and lowers of that bottom leg. The top leg does not move as much as possible. 4, 3, so you're lifting the inner thigh. And 1, lower the leg down, lower the top leg down. Lift both legs up, and then you have 1 more 8 count beat. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower them down. Take a breath, good. Lift the top leg up to hip height and start your bicycle here. Knee to chest, straight leg long, straight leg back, knee heel to butt. Good. So Bianca, watch that hip. It wants to come back towards me. Try to keep it straight up to the ceiling. Yeah, don't rock back there. Good. Last one in this direction, and then you reverse. Heel to butt, straight leg back, straight leg forward, knee to chest. Heel to butt, straight leg back, straight leg forward, knee to chest. 3 more. Keeping those hips super still, not letting them get crunchy. 1 more. Good. Lower that leg down. Take a breath. Lift the top leg up and try to reach your heel super, super long. Flex your foot. Bring the whole leg up to the ceiling. Rotate the toes and knees up. Rotate the toes and knees down. And you have 4 more rotations. 3. It just moves freely in that hip joint. And 1. Good. Lower your leg down. Roll onto your back. We take a stretch. So right leg this time over left leg. If you want to hug that left knee into your chest, you may. If you want to rock to your left side, you may. Enjoy this stretch for a couple breaths. Good. Yeah. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Good. Uncross the legs. Send the legs long. Cactus your arms. Bend the right knee in and then take the right leg across the body. And it should feel nice. That hip may come up. Your right shoulder definitely stays down. Try to keep as much of your right ribs on the mat as you can so that you're feeling the stretch in the low back. And breathe here. This side is not as stretchy as the other side for you. I see that. It's okay. That's why we're doing it. Good. 1 more breath here. Good. And come back to center. All right, stay where you are. Bend your knees into your chest. We go for our teasers. Arms straight up to the ceiling. Legs go to tabletop if that's your option, or to a high 45-degree angle. And you roll your head, neck, and shoulder up off the mat like your roll up till you stop right behind your sits bones. Your hands are reaching for your toes. You're sitting up tall and proud, thinking about lengthening the low spine out of the hips. Chest is open. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, roll your spine down bone by bone. Keep your legs completely still. Keep reaching your fingers towards those toes. When your shoulders touch, bend your knees. Take a breath. That was nice. Good. Let's do it again. Arms straight up to the ceiling. 2 more teasers. Send your legs to a high 45 or leave them at tabletop. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. This time your legs lower 2 inches and they lift 2 inches. 3 more times. Down 2 inches, up 2 inches. If you don't have the lower lift, just stay reaching for those toes. 1 more. Good. Now roll down, keep reaching for your toes the whole time. Articulate your spine when your shoulders touch, bend your knees. Good. Okay, we need lower legs lift. We're gonna do arms up and down 4 times. So send the legs to a 45, arms straight up to the ceiling. Peel your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat until you find yourself hovering right behind your sits bones. You are still tucking, you are not perching up on your sits bones. Lower your arms down and lift for 4. Inhale, they go down and up for 3. Try not to move anything, Bianca. You look amazing. 1 more time. Reach for those toes. Melt your spine down. Keep reaching your hands to your toes, hands to your toes, hands to your toes, hands to your toes. Bend your knees when you get all the way down. Beautiful. Come up to stand. We'll skip seal. We'll go right to front support. Come up to stand. Heels together, toes apart. Arms straight up to the ceiling. Good. Tuck your chin to your chest. Roll all the way down. We go into our high plank here. Find your hands on your mat. When your hands touch, you have 5 counts to walk out into a high plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders over wrists. Hips in line with your spine. If this is too much for you here, you may lower your knees gently down to the mat so that you're in a supported plank. My number one thing here, I want you to be thinking about pressing your shoulder blades away from each other and pressing your hands down into the mat to accomplish that. 1 more breath. On your next exhale, your hips pike to the ceiling so you're in a down dog, but you're still in Pilates stance. So we stay in Pilates stance through our whole plank. And then walk your hands back to your feet, slowly with control. Find a small bend in your knees, tuck your pelvis, pull your belly in, and let your abdominals rebuild you to come up. Arms come up to the ceiling. Good. Tuck your chin, roll all the way down. We're gonna do 3 just plain front supports today. Walk your hands out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're in your high plank or in your supported plank on your knees. And you're gonna hold for 5 full breaths. That was 1. Make sure you're tucking your pelvis slightly, your abs are engaged. Send energy out your heels, yes. And after your 5th breath, pike your hips up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back to your feet, 1 at a time. Hang forward over your legs. On an exhale, small bend in your knees, tuck your pelvis, use your belly to rebuild the spine as you roll up. Arms come up to the ceiling. We have 1 more. Tuck your chin, roll down, heeling off the wall, find your hands on the mat. 5 counts to walk out, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. You're in your plank or your knee supported plank. You have 5 breaths, that was 1. Sending energy out your heels, tucking the pelvis, pulling the belly button in, lengthening the spine. After your 5th breath, you hike your hips to the ceiling. Good. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang forward over your legs and just kind of hang. And find your hands so that they're floating off of the mat. Yeah, but they're long and straight. So roll up a little bit, Bianca. There you go. And then you're gonna make lazy circles with your arms. You just hang out of the shoulder sockets, super, super heavy. You give them a tiny bit of momentum, but then other than that, you're kind of just moving on their own. And then reverse directions. This should feel really nice. Good. And then bring your arms to still. Take a nice big deep inhale. On the exhale, small bend in your knees, tuck your pelvis, roll up bone by bone, using the abdominals to rebuild. Bring the hands up to the ceiling with you. And we're gonna come up into releve. So, heels together, toes apart, shoulders away from your ears. Press your toes into the floor, squeeze your inner thighs, raise your heels up off the mat, find your balance. Good adjustment, so stay here. So Bianca just made a tiny adjustment that I could see you probably couldn't, where her ribs just knit together slightly. That's what I wanna see, so everything in the front of the body is still gathered. Good, and then float your heels down slowly with control. We're gonna do 2 more of those. Inhale, shoulders away from your ears. On your exhale, Lift your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs. Find your balance. Hold for a couple breaths. Good. You're going to find a spot on the wall that you're spotting. That's where your gaze is for all your concentration. Slowly float your heels down to the mat. We have one more. Shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale to lift those heels. Find your balance. Keep the abdominals gathered. Keep your booty engaged. Squeeze those inner thighs. That's it. Fight for one more breath. And then lower your heels down. Drop your arms away from your ears. Go half an inch taller. And you're done.
Woo!
Yeah. Nice work. So that was some solid beginner action.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still challenging.
Still challenging. Always challenging. The thing
Always
is, it
challenging.
never gets easier. I'm going to tell you a secret. Every time you do the 100, it's going to be hard for the rest of your life.
It's never easy.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're having fun. We're back
Saturday
Saturday the 27th
Right.
at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see you then. Otherwise, enjoy us on YouTube.
Yeah. We're
Thanks.
always there.
Always. Always. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.